Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca. Celebrating 5 years. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
When was the first recorded TV commercial aired?
Have you ever plucked a virginal? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And for over 5 years, we've been scouring the internet to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your questions in the mailbag section and in the news.
No.
He won
Florida. It's Florida.
He won. No, actually, it wasn't. But he won a contest, and boy, did he cause a stink.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
From Beethoven to Bieber, rock and roll to rhythm and blues. This is Totally Useless Music Information with Nick and Roy.
So I'm going to give you the teaser right off the bat because you had this weird look on your face when I asked, have you ever plucked a virginal?
I always have that weird look on my face.
So a virginal is a smaller and simpler rectangular form of harpsichord is what it is.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, but go ahead.
It only has one string per note running more or less parallel to the keyboard on the long side of the case. Many, if not most of the instruments were constructed without legs and would be placed on a table for playing. Later models were built with their own stands, and the mechanism of the virginals is identical to the harpsichords in that its wire strings are plucked by a set of plectra mounted in jacks. Plucking a virginal.
Okay, ready? Being that you talked about harpsichords.
Yeah.
And of course, Nick and I don't share our information. We just say we're going to do music. This particular show is music, TV, and sex.
Right.
So we have our categories and we each do 4, but we don't discuss what we're actually going to say.
Right.
So this guy, Domenico Scarlatus, is a famous composer. Domenico Scarlatus. I mean, he's no Mozart, but he's written a bunch of good what would they be considered? Compositions, I would think. Yes. Well, his most famous is called the Fugue in G minor.
Okay.
But that's not what he called it. He called it the Cat's Fugue. And the reason he called it that was because he was sitting in his living room one day while his pussycat was running up and down the keys of his harpsichord.
Wow.
And gave him the inspiration to write Fugue in G minor, which is known as the Cat's Fugue.
You would think it would be in the key of C for cat. Does he not know how to spell? Oh, no, you know what? No, hold on. What was his name again?
His name was Domenico Scarlatus.
He was Italian. So you know what? Gatto is the Italian word for cat, so it wasn't a key of G. There you go.
Ah,
That's
gatto.
You
I
got
got
that
to
one?
you.
You got
I got
that.
to you.
This one I call Asia Vu. The title of the Steely Dan album, Asia, spelled A-J-A. We know why now because I found out. Because you listen, laugh, and learn here.
One of my favorite albums, by the way. I think that was a great album.
Well, it actually inspired the creation of yacht rock when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Black Cow, Asia, Deacon Blues, Peg was a huge hit off that album.
Peg, Deacon Blues, my God.
Yeah,
those were great songs.
I Got the News. So do I, actually. And
at the end of the show,
at the end
Nick,
of the
not
show,
right
yes.
now.
That's
We're
right.
doing music
That's
now.
right. So Donald Fagen said that Asia was the name of a Korean woman who married the brother of one of his high school friends.
Oh, wow. So he named it as an homage to her.
That's right. Homage, Asia homage to her.
All right, ready? Michael Jackson's Thriller,
Yes.
the most sold album of all times,
Yeah.
is well over 66 million copies. They believe at this point there will never be another album that will ever outsell it. It will be the greatest selling album of all times because, of course, you don't sell albums anymore
Right.
the way we used to. Plus, he also has the distinction of most watched pop videos. I mean, this guy's accolades go on and on and on. And it's so funny because the other day I was actually watching on YouTube. I was watching something and a Michael Jackson thing popped up. And then, of course, they keep popping up.
Right.
And I think I watched for a good hour just Michael Jackson things. He was so talented. What a shame that we lost this guy. What a talent.
Yeah, he's still. This is kind of a segue because you talked about how many albums that Michael Jackson sold, at least the Thriller album. So she's considered a billionaire now. Rihanna has become the first female artist to have 10 songs reach 1 billion streams each on Spotify. All right, so think about it. So you talk about
wow, that's so many. You might need an umbrella, Ella.
Well, Diamonds, We Found Love, one of the songs. Work. Love the way you lie. Stay. Love on the Brain. This Is What You Came For. Needed Me, and 4 or 5 Seconds, which is Roy's record in high school, and of course, Umbrella. Ella. Hey. So yeah,
I think she's great. She's again one of those pop stars that are just really good.
Yep.
Catchy tunes. They're earworms. They burn a hole in your brain.
They do. Wow. We're witness to that.
My grandmother used to say, "Stop listening to that rock music. It's the communists trying to infiltrate your brain." Okay, Guinness. Not the beer, Nick. Guinness World Book of Records.
I was just going to raise a glass.
I said Guinness, and Nick's ears popped right through his headphones. Okay. So Guinness says that the song Pen, Pineapple, Apple Pen, was released in 2016, and Guinness says it's the world record for the shortest song ever to be in the USA Top 100 charts.
Wow.
It is 45 seconds long. And it was recorded by the Japanese comedian Pira Toro.
There you go.
And it's called Pen, Pineapple, Apple Pen.
Sounds like one of those tongue twisters.
Yeah, does to me too, for 45 seconds.
Okay, so here's the name of a band, a rock band, and we're going to tell you where they got their name from. So the name of the group is Motorhead. So after being sacked from Hawkwind in 1975, supposedly for, quote, doing the wrong drugs, because, so Lemmy Kilmister decided to form a new band, originally to be called Bastard. Realizing that this would preclude them from commercial acceptance, he eventually settled to Motorhead after a song he had written for Hawkwind. He stated that the aim for the outfit would be the dirtiest rock and roll band in the world, but Motorhead was derived from a slang term for an amphetamine user.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's really batting 1,000, isn't he, the bastard?
Yes, he is. He's a real Motorhead.
The oldest music traditions date back to the Sen Dynasty, 3,000 before Christ.
Wow.
3,000 BC. The records and manuscripts are extremely, extremely rare to find, but can be found because a guy named Chen Sing Hun Blue, he destroyed most of the records to prevent opposition against his dynasty rule.
Wow.
But they figure that there is recorded, and they have seen recorded history from the Sen Dynasty from 3000 BC of traditional Chinese songs.
Wow. This is why we say listen, laugh, and learn.
I don't think it's that hard to find this information. In fact, I opened up a fortune cookie the other day
Yes.
and found some information that was actually pertaining to this.
Well, you know what, though? You know what else it did say? Go to nickandroy.com, and you can order a birthday message for your loved one. That's the one I got in my fortune cookie.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so you go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, and you can order a very special, unique, exclusive birthday message from Nick and Roy to your special loved one.
And we get mail all the time from people, some
Yeah.
good, some bad.
Yes.
No, actually, almost all of it is good, which we thank everyone for. But
Yeah.
the most mail we get are for the birthday messages from the people that get them, the people that have heard them, the people that have bought them for the people that they love. It is the perfect gift for somebody that has everything. It is the perfect gift in general. Go to nickandroy.com, type on Nick and Roy store. You'll see the birthday messages. Hit on it. There's a sample there to give you an idea. We do a mini show for that person you love for their special day, and it's fantastic.
You know, someone asked me, recipient of this birthday message, he said, you know, it was great. I couldn't believe all the information in there, and because it runs about 5 or 6 minutes or so. And then he said, I was trying to figure out if it was AI. And I said, no, we don't use AI. In fact, we don't even use any intelligence in our show, let alone artificial. But it was a great compliment because he thought that this was something that we just kind of put in a computer and it spits it out. No, Roy and I actually sit down and we record lots of these. So go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, and order yours today. nickandroy.com.
This is totally useless television information with Nick and Roy, the two guys that put the boob in boob tube.
The world's most expensive TV commercial was shot in 2004. It starred Rodrigo Santoro and an extremely well-known Nicole Kidman. The television commercial cost $33 million, Nick. Wow. $33 million. And Nicole is reported to have gotten $3 million herself. The commercial was a Chanel No. 5 ad. It was one of those love story type of fantasy ads. Apparently it didn't do so well. 33 million in the pail, so to speak.
Yes.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
So I'm going to give you for the next several facts here on totally useless information with Nick and Roy, and we're doing television. And here are some famous musicians who performed these TV themes from these TV shows. So, for example, Sanford & Son. Okay, you remember that? Yeah. Quincy Jones. When it comes to TV theme songs, no bigger than the themes of Sanford & Son. Of course, the infectious and possibly funky tune that Roy tried to demonstrate was written by one of the all-greats, the composer and producer Quincy Jones. So if you ever wonder why it's so great, there's your answer. Quincy Jones.
I listened to it just once.
Yes.
Quincy Jones, just once.
There you go.
Quincy Jones is amazing. Amazing producer. By the way, we talked about Michael Jackson. Who do you think produced Michael Jackson's first solo album? Quincy Jones.
Here's another one, Married with Children.
Quincy Jones?
No.
No, I'm joking.
Just about. Frank Sinatra, Love and Marriage.
Marriage, love and marriage.
So when it comes to 20th century recording artists, it doesn't get any bigger than Old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra. You didn't expect one of his biggest hits, Love and Marriage, to serve as the theme song to the raunchy sitcom Married with Children, and it works perfectly. Did you ever watch that show?
I did watch it and thought it was rather raunchy, and it was shot terribly. The plots were terrible, and they were perfectly slapstick, and I love that type of humor. I think they're funny even today.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and he's a funny guy. He's great.
He is.
All right, here's my teaser. The first TV ad that was actually a recorded spot was July 1st, 1941. It was aired on a New York City station, WNBT, which is now NBC. And it was aired during a baseball game. It was only 10 seconds long, and it cost $9 to air the commercial. And it was for Bulova watches.
Oh, wow. I remember Boulevard Watch Time
Yeah, isn't that great?
is awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Here's another one. Here's some more famous musicians that either performed or wrote TV theme songs. The Gilmore Girls was Carole King.
Yeah, I like Carole King
Now,
too.
she had massive hits from her Tapestry, which sold millions of albums.
Did you have that album, Nick?
I did. I actually had the album, the actual
I
vinyl album.
I can remember it. Her sitting in a window with the cat,
Yeah, there you go.
and like these like tapestry type throw blankets and stuff. It's amazing how you can remember these things.
Well, the two biggest hits, of course, were I Feel the Earth Move and It's Too Late. Usually Roy's love life in high school. But anyway, a third song from the album, Where You Lead, was re-recorded by Carole King and served as a theme song to Gilmore Girls decades after it was first written, Where You Lead.
Oh wow!
And
See,
then
Carole King.
she was just really talented. Here's another one, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, The Who. The original CSI.
Which is usually what happens after Nick has sex. But go ahead.
The Who or Crime Scene Investigation. So it spawned spin-offs like set in Miami, of course, CSI New York, CSI Miami. All the shows use songs by The Who as their theme songs. For the original, it was Who Are You? For CSI Miami was Won't Get Fooled Again. And for CSI New York, it was Baba O'Reilly.
Wow. That's crazy. They all used Who songs. I didn't know that.
That's right.
I really don't watch those shows, so I didn't know that. But that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? I love this one too. Who recorded the most TV commercials? What person recorded the most TV commercials? And I'm going to tell you, it's 800 TV commercials. And it's for the same company. His name?
Well, hold on. Was it Morris the Cat?
No. His name, a person, was Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's.
Wow.
Yes, he recorded all of his own commercials for many, many years, of course, until he passes on. And then they even tried to record him, but they were a little boring when he wasn't saying anything. No, that's not true.
Our burgers speak for themselves because I can't. Is that the slogan?
800 commercial spots.
800 commercial spots.
And then after he passes away, they go on with the girl with the red pigtails, Wendy.
Right.
They reintroduced that because they felt that he overshadowed the actual branding of the company. Isn't that crazy? But 800 commercials, most out of anyone.
But he was so folksy, right? I mean, he felt like, his grandpa taking him out for a hamburger, and it was at Wendy's. So I think it worked really, really well. Wow, that's amazing. Cool.
It was great, yeah.
Here's some more artists who were responsible for TV themes on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. The Wonder Years. So a show that's set in the 1960s would have an epic 60s song for its theme song. For Wonder Years, that meant going with Joe Cocker's version of the Beatles' A Little Help from My Friends. Joe Cocker.
Oh, yeah.
Due to its appearance at the beginning of every episode, Cocker's version is at least as well known by Gen Xers as the original by the Fab Four, if not more. So more
God.
Right? Isn't that something? And then, of course, one of my favorite shows, which, by the way, I get quite a bit of useless information from one of his characters, The Big Bang Theory. And Sheldon Cooper, who was the character played by Jim Parsons, of course. The Big Bang Theory was recorded, the theme song was recorded by the Bare Naked Ladies, Canadian band.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a show about nerds, deserves a theme song made by the band made of, let's be honest, other nerds. The Bare Naked Ladies had a slew of hits in the 90s, and the big one, of course, was Brian Wilson, of course, If I Had $1 Million. It really worked out perfect for the Big Bang Theory, the theme, which is the origins of the universe. So Bare Naked Ladies and the Big Bang Theory.
Okay, so
Yes.
here is my last clue for TV.
All right.
The Writers Guild of America West, the Screenwriters Guild of America, voted on the best written TV shows of all time.
Okay.
And here are some of the notable runner-ups: Seinfeld, MASH, Mad Men, Breaking Bad,
Oh, yeah.
The Simpsons.
Wow.
But the number one, the GOAT, the greatest of all time by the Screenwriters Guild, The Sopranos.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The Sopranos. Isn't that cool?
Great show. I mean,
It was.
We
a
started
really
to
good
binge
show.
watch it again. We couldn't stop. We dared not to stop watching it because we'd get into trouble.
You get whacked.
You get whacked. So when you think of Fred Flintstone, what's the one iconic thing that he said?
Yabba dabba doo.
That's right. Alan Reed, the voice of Fred Flintstone, came up with Fred's timeless catchphrase, yabba dabba. Do it again. You sounded so much like him. What was the catchphrase?
Yabba dabba doo.
He was experimenting during a recording session, and little did he know how iconic it would become. Supposedly, his mother was known to say, "A little dabble do ya," which I think was a hair
Brill
product.
cream.
Brill cream. Yep, exactly. And that was their slogan, "A little dabble do ya."
We got to get onto that trivia thing from the pizza, from
Yeah.
Pete's Pizza.
That's right. We're going to show them. We're going to smoke them. If you got it. During the recording session, Reed
It's
asked,
legal up there. It's no fun anymore.
No, exactly. Can't hide it. Actually, now we sneak in regular cigarettes now. That's what we do. So during the recording session, Reed asked producer Joe Barbera if he could change Yahoo, which was the original sort of catchphrase. He asked to change it from Yahoo to Yabba Dabba Doo. Barbera didn't have a problem with the change, and today it's one of the most recognizable character catchphrases in television history. Yabba Dabba Doo.
Boy, that's great.
That's right, Tony the Tiger. Go to nickandroy.com, and right about the middle of the page there or on your mobile device, you click where it says start recording. You record a message, a happy 5th anniversary Nick and Roy message. If we wind up playing your message, we will send you an authentic wooden airplane puzzle.
It's cool. I got it right here, and it's cool. And it's actually made out of really nice wood. This is really nice.
Well, the reason why it's wood is because the gift for 5th anniversary is wood. Okay,
We had our first show, which was called the pilot episode.
that's right.
So we've explained this now because Nick tried to explain it last week and nobody understood it. So the pilot episode, 5 years is wood. The pilot episode means a plane, wooden plane. It is cool though.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
It's time to gear up for fall with cool fashions, cooler weather, and a very cool Kensington market. Yes, I'm Cool Nick, and he's Cool Roy for Tom's Place, where the cool guys in Toronto shop.
We're so cool, I almost want to put on a jacket. So check out the latest fall fashions that have just arrived. Hey, it's Tom's Place, so even the new arrivals, they're also on sale. Fall colors, new patterns, fresh designs, designer suits, including new arrivals that retail for up to $600. Get ready. For our listeners, they start at $179 at Tom's Place. Did you hear that? $600 suits, $179, Nick.
And check out Tom's fabulous collection of S. Cohen and other designer suits, regularly up to $650 each, and they're slashed for totally useless information and radio listeners down to $375. That's right, $650 each, slashed for you listeners to $375.
So pick out a couple of sports jackets that you can dress up for the office or dress down for the weekend, or a wool top coat for 50% off on our first floor. Plus, designer dress and casual pants, only $99. Nick, did you hear that? 50% off the top coats on the first floor.
Awesome. Visit Tom's Place in Toronto in the heart of Kensington Market at 190 Baldwin Street, or visit toms-place.com. toms-place.com. Tom's Place will suit you.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Let's get funky.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Wow, wow.
Chicka, bow, wow.
Oh, yeah. All about sex.
Oh, yeah.
Now, just in case we have some prudes out there, not prunes, but prudes, although some of our audience members, yes.
The following segment of the Totally Useless Information podcast may be too sultry and too sexy for some listeners.
You know, after I hear that, I need a cigarette.
I feel dirty.
Research was done about keeping the lights on during lovemaking. Writer and sexpert Alex Fox teamed up with Boost for this research.
Wait a minute. A sexpert?
Sexpert, yes, like an expert, but she's...
Oh, being that we've done this for 5 years, would we be considered sexperts?
No.
Speak for yourself.
Useless perts. That's what we are.
Good lights on. Go ahead.
Well, she believes that keeping the lights on during sex is good for your relationship and self-confidence. So turning on the lights, she says, quote, while getting intimate might initially seem like a turn off to many people, but there are a myriad of great reasons to keep the bulbs burning while you get down to business. For starters, you can actually see what you're doing. Okay, again,
that's a good one. Yeah,
exactly. You need GPS at this stage. This makes sense after all. If you're fumbling and bubbling about in the dark, you'll less likely to get it right. And by the way, being able to gaze into your lover's eyes can enhance the sense of connection.
Let me just explain something, Nick.
Yes.
This better be done at least on the third or fourth or fifth date, especially after at least a lunch, which is during daylight, where you get to see the actual person.
Right.
Because if it's done on the first night, so to speak, and it's late and you're leaving a bar and those lights go on, you could have a damn heart attack. I don't advise doing that.
Exactly. Another part of the research, by the way, showed that most men will turn off the lights during lovemaking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you turn the lights off. It makes it more fun to try to find the person.
One and two. That's a great point. Also, just in case you call out the wrong name, you have an excuse. Wow.
It also makes up for half of the broken toes.
Yes.
Walking back to the bed. Ah! I love this one. 75% of men and 82% of women fail to do this during sex. They fail, Nick, to check the condom for damages.
Oh.
Okay. What do they expect? A Carfax to come along with the condom? I mean, what do they want? And what are you going to do? Stop in the heat of passion? You're going to stop and say, okay, let me just do me a favor. Let me check this out. Maybe you could help me check it as well. By the time you're done checking it, I think the mood's done.
You would think.
Can you imagine, though, 75% of men and 82% of women they fail to check the condom for damages.
Wow. Isn't that
something? Boy, am I glad I'm past that phase.
Yeah, what? Checking it?
You might as well bring along a condom checker. Hey, that would be a good business for us to start.
In one of the episodes, we talked about a condom checker.
Yeah, this one's good. It's certified.
That's right. So this one I call Touch It Before You Buy It. According to a London sex shop, that's the name. That's the name of the sex shop in London.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to them, 61% of women find just the idea of buying a sex toy is arousing in of itself. So,
really?
Yeah. So could it be the combined power of sex and shopping? Because 66% of women would prefer to buy sex toys from a real shop rather than online, revealing that for women, it's like buying a handbag.
Of course, you got to test it out. You got to wiggle it around a little bit. You know, you got to feel the flexibility of it, the real life to it. You know,
they want to feel the quality, according to.
Yeah. You got to,
Yeah.
You might want to stroke it a few times to see, like if you were to go to a pet store and you want to buy a dog or a cat.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
just a little. By the way, If you live in Alabama or Mississippi, you won't be able to do that because sex toys are banned in Alabama and Mississippi.
That's because they're brothers and sisters. That's why. My God. Where do we find these things, you know?
I don't know.
In 2012, a major study showed that people that like to talk about sex and people that are comfortable speaking about sex, kind of like me and you, Nick.
In what,
Okay,
wait, in what regard? Please explain.
We talk very freely about sex.
We do.
Here we go now. In 2012, a major study showed that people that talk about sex and are comfortable talking about it have much happier sex lives.
Oh.
Which proves that me and you should have ecstatic sex lives, right? We should have great sex lives because we talk about sex constantly.
Right.
So this study's a bunch of crap. Also, the use of nonverbal communications they found are some of the most satisfied participants in the study.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that they should look at this study under a black light and see if anything comes up. Okay, because nonverbal communications, those were the most satisfied people.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Sign language?
That's why you have to keep your lights on.
I never thought about that. Going to a club and saying in sign language, "Can I buy you a drink? Let's get the hell out of here."
Right. Did you say when we talk about sex, we're ecstatic or just static? Or stoic?
Erratic.
There you go. In 2013, a French businessman died of a heart attack. The poor guy, well, he was having sex at the time with a stranger while on a business trip.
This stuff happens, you know.
Okay. But a French court subsequently ruled that this was a, quote, industrial accident, and his wife and family were entitled to compensation.
Well, it was a corporate thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I fully see that, and I understand that.
Right.
You know, you go away from home, you're on a corporate trip, there's a lot of stress, you might want to relieve it. And in this poor guy's case, he kicked the bucket, so to speak. Yeah. Probably the lights weren't on, and he kicked
right.
That'll hurt your toe.
That wasn't his toe.
That wasn't his toe that he had.
Right.
Oh, my God. In a clinical study, because I'm really breaking out all these clinical studies.
Or clinical. Okay, I got you now.
Yeah, in the clinical.
Right.
Yeah, the old clinical.
Right, yeah.
Not to be mistaken.
Right.
It was found that 40% of women orgasm while working out.
Oh.
While I'm doing this show, my wife is at the gym. Should I be worried?
You know, yes, you should, because she just bought a year membership.
Yeah, she goes 3 times a day now.
She does.
I say cardio. She goes, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. So 40% of women that go to the gym. Now, 4 out of 10 women have experienced an orgasm while working out.
Okay.
Some of the 40% said that they had experienced this more than 11 times during their years of working out. That was the combined average, more than 11 times. Mm-hmm. Okay, what are they working out? Where are they working out? This is what I want to know. Are they working out in a cucumber farm? Where are they? Where, are they going to a regular gym? Or are they working out in a place that has a little bit more stimulation, so to speak? Yeah.
That's where they're going.
You know, I did a study with some guys about the same thing. Right. And they said they only have this problem when they're just working out their arms.
Right. Wow. Isn't that a medical term for them now? Isn't that a medical term for that? Isn't that called Popeye arm or something? You all right?
Oh, my God. That's too funny. I lost my pen.
All right.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Yes, we're absolutely excited to have a sponsor on our show, Pete's Pizza. Now, he knows the only way to make the most perfect pizza is by using the freshest ingredients. Every day, they roll out their own dough to create their signature pizzas, topped with only the freshest ingredients.
And since 1984, their 6 Niagara locations have been known as the small pizzerias that are big on taste and easy on the budget. With locations across St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, you're just minutes away from some of the best pizza and wings in town.
Always open late. Find a Pete's Pizza near you.
It's Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca. That's Pete, spelled P-E-T-E-S, Pizza Niagara.ca. Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca.
Check out the specially marked pizza boxes. Roy and I provided useless pizza facts. So when you visit, you check out the specially marked pizza boxes with totally useless pizza information. For 40 years, Pete's Pizza is family owned and operated, and they began as one location off Pleasant Avenue in St. Catharines. And over 40 years later, the original shop on 6 Pleasant Avenue is still open. So check them out, Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca. That's Pete's Pizza Niagara.ca.
Life is not about finding yourself. It's about finding great pizza. And maybe looking at me and Nick on the pizza box at the same time. Pete's Pizza. You gotta try it.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
In the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, bed manufacturer has reassured athletes that the recycled cardboard beds, they would not collapse during sex. This was a guarantee. Their Airweave bed, sounds like a commercial, their Airweave bed manufacturer, they said that the bed frames will be able to hold up to 440 pounds and guarantee structural integrity with no more than 2 athletes in one bed.
2 athletes in one bed.
No more than 2 athletes in one bed.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That'll wreck the whole thing. Yeah,
Wrecked him, nearly killed him. Listen, it was a gold medal performance.
Wow. The number one sexual complaint for women is not reaching orgasm.
Oh,
Now I've heard this from most of Nick's girlfriends.
right. Yeah, because you know why? Because they canceled their gym membership.
But they came to me and suddenly they were happy.
Yes. Another satisfied customer. Ding.
But that's the number one sexual complaint for women.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe a trip to that workout farm that I was talking about.
Exactly.
That might help them out. They should work out. Now, really, 18 to 30-year-olds, especially in a British Association of Urological Surgeons, said that between 18 and 30 years old, the biggest sexual complaint for women is not being able to reach orgasm.
What was the name of the British what? Could you give me who are these people again?
It's the British Association of Urological Surgeons, you know.
BAUS.
Very prestigious.
BAUS.
It's the USA, the Basusa.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we got away with lots more there this time on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Rob. But here's one thing you can do: if you go to our website, not only did we tell you all about the birthday messages, but for a limited time only, while supplies last, go to nickandroy.com and right about the middle of the page there, or on your mobile device, you click where it says "Start Recording." You record to us a message, a happy 5th anniversary Nick and Roy message. If we wind up playing your message, we will send you an authentic wooden airplane puzzle.
It's cool. I got it right here, and it's cool. And it's actually made out of really nice wood. This is really nice. Nick and I would like to give you a little bit of wood for our anniversary.
Well, the reason why it's wood is because the gift for 5th anniversary is wood. Okay.
Right.
So now we're going to reveal.
And we had our first show, which was called the pilot episode.
That's right.
So we've explained this now because Nick tried to explain it last week and nobody understood it. So the pilot episode, 5 years is wood. The pilot episode means a plane, wooden plane. It is cool though.
Someone did go on our website. Thank you very much. and they went down and they recorded a message for us here at Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We say congratulations to Ron Grimberg, who sent us this message.
Nick and Roy, congratulations on 5 years. I hope you have many more. As you're offering a wooden airplane as a prize, I thought I'd give you a little useless information about wooden airplanes. From the Walter's Wonder, which was a trainer in World War II, from the White Flyer to the Spruce Goose, which is the largest wooden airplane in the world, the Curtiss Jenny, the de Havilland Moth and Mosquito, the Lockheed Vega, the Blanca Viking, which was produced until 2001 with over 1,800 pieces of wood in its wing, some as small as a matchbook and only weighs 250 pounds. That's more pieces than your puzzle probably has. But anyways, I hope you success, and I really love listening to you guys and wish you many more years of success. Thank you for all the entertainment.
Now that's the way to win a wooden airplane.
That's right.
We listened to a whole bunch of them, folks, and keep coming because we've got more wooden airplanes.
While supplies last. Good. And
Yeah,
Nick,
but this guy was good. I mean, you know, he talked about a plane called the Spruce Goose.
yes.
Do you know who made that airplane?
No.
It was the largest wooden airplane ever made. It did actually fly, but I think it only got like 14 feet off the ground for like 11 minutes or something. And it took off from the water. It was called the Spruce Goose. It was made by the millionaire at the time, who would be considered a billionaire now, Howard Hughes.
Wow. There
Yes.
you go. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Ron, and we'll be sending you the airplane. We'll send it airmail. That's what we'll send it. You can go to our website as well and then leave us an 3-2. You can go to our website as well and leave us. I almost said leave us. Send us an
3,
email. That's what it is.
2. You know what you can do, folks?
What?
Go to our website
Uh-huh.
and click on to leave us a message and talk about the 5-year anniversary and how you won a wooden airplane, and give us some crazy, totally useless facts, or tell us why you want the airplane. Maybe you want to go on a trip. Who knows?
That's right. Or you go to nickandroy.com and send us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Rosa was in the mailbag from Mexico.
Yes.
Rosa says, I'm 21 years old. She said, I learned, listen to this one. She writes, Rosa from Mexico, hola, in parentheses, which means hello.
Yes.
Okay, because I speak poquito español.
Yes.
So, but she said, I learned better English and history from you two than I did when I tried to learn English from correspondence courses.
Wow.
She said, I want to thank the both of you for giving me this gift of learning English and history. And she said, and now I am giving this gift to all of my friends in Mexico so they can also learn from you guys. I think that's one of the nicest ones that we've gotten from around the world.
Yeah.
You know, and that's amazing. And so, Rosa, gracias.
That's right. Rosa, muchas gracias.
Yeah.
In English. My mailbag comes from Mary from Wheeling, West Virginia. Dear Nick and Roy, we love listening to your show. You actually amaze us with the amount of useless information that you provide. Well, not as much as amazed as we are. Here's my question. I travel a lot, and I was sitting on an airplane recently waiting to take off when I was looking at a plane next to our gate, and I was looking at the wheels of the plane, the tires, and I was wondering, how different are they from car tires? I look forward to your answer. I go, okay. Well, one might think right off the bat, well, they're bigger, right? So I found out some interesting facts, courtesy of Air Canada.
Big is always better, you know.
It is. And you know what? And more hot air. This is based on Air Canada's website on their Boeing 777s. The optimal tire pressure for all the wheels on the aircraft is 218 psi, or pounds per
Oh,
square.
wow. That's a lot.
To
I
put
mean,
the-
an average car tire is like 30.
Exactly, as I was going to say, to put that into perspective, which Roy just
Yeah.
did, the tires on your car are inflated at a range around 30 psi. But then I didn't stop there, so that was the answer to your question, Mary. But here's
Right,
some more.
because you couldn't, Nick. You,
No,
you
I can't-
couldn't
I can't-
stop there, right?
I couldn't stop there. That's the one complaint that I get. You just can't
You
stop
flew
there.
off the handle, so to speak. But
That's
go
right.
ahead.
I was doing it wrong all along. It takes 2 aircraft maintenance engineers roughly an hour to do a tire change from start to finish,
Really?
including the paperwork, right?
Right.
So never mind.
I had no idea that they were finished, but go ahead.
That's right. So anyway, they had a Danish on the way over. The typical number of landings a commercial jet tire can endure before replacement is roughly 250 landings.
Oh, so it can land a lot. Yeah, I was always wondering that because they got to apply the brakes pretty hard, too. I
Exactly.
wonder about the brakes, too. We should look into that.
So the main wheel is 52 inches by 21 inches.
Mm.
The nose wheel is 43 inches by 17 and a half inches. Right, you wish.
Yeah.
Each nose wheel weighs approximately 155 pounds, while the main gear wheels weigh 265 pounds each.
Wow, now Nick knows wheels.
That's right. And you know what?
Those aren't wheels, Nick. Those are tires.
Oh, tires.
The wheel, right.
But I
yeah.
just realized this very moment, honest to goodness. This is Mary from Wheeling, West Virginia.
Ah, she played a little trick on us, did she?
Did.
A bit of trickery.
That's right. I had trickery once. It was good on the salad. Today on the show, we talked about music. We talked about TV. We talked about sex. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
This year, a bizarre effort to make the Oklahoma State Fair smell even worse than it already does. Dead Source is a sponsor and organized a competition called Stinkin' Sentra Giveaway. The premise is pretty simple.
Oh, no.
Four people are sent to live inside a Nissan Sentra in an indoor fair exhibit. The contestants are only allowed to leave the car once every 3 hours for a 15-minute bathroom break. And anything they bring into the car, discarded food, trash, has to stay in the car.
And how long is this?
As long as until the last person leaves the car. According to the local media reports, the winner was Brian Richmond, who outlasted the other 3 contestants, according to witnesses. Looks like he smells like a Walmart, they said. Okay.
Oh, no.
According to the Dead Source website, the sponsor, the company will clean and detail the car and then deliver it to Brian. He's not getting another car. He's getting that very car.
He's getting the stinky car.
That's
the
right.
The stink mobile.
So Brian's victory in the Stinkin' Sentra competition didn't come without some smelly and disgusting controversy. Chris Deschner, he's the guy who finished second in the competition.
Oh, there was a second place finish.
Right, and he left after 80 hours of being trapped inside. He claims that he exited the vehicle only after Brian went full Mr. Hanky, as he put it, and brought a cup of human poop from a porta potty.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Brian pulled the poop out.
That's right. And
Brian's the only man that I thought had earrings on, yet they were 2 of those pine trees air fresheners.
that would have been smart. See, that would have been. See, you would have been smart because when you
Nick,
went.
I've been in stinky places before.
So the winner brought a cup of human poop from the porta potty during one of his bathroom breaks. So he protested.
He actually used the cup to remove the poop from the porta potty.
That's right.
This guy really wanted a Nissan Sentra.
Well, listen, they held a quick tribunal. Okay.
It's the Ferrari of Oklahoma.
That's right. It's a fine car. I just love how they're going to detail and clean the car and give the winner.
They're going to give him the crap car.
The crap car, yeah.
The crap car.
I wonder what color the car is. I hope
Now,
it's...
wait, so they had a tribunal about this? Because what? They thought this was cheating?
Well, that's what they're trying to... That was the challenge. So
Yeah, did they at least close the doors on the Sentra before holding the tribunal? Leave Brian in there for a little bit?
That's not clear in the details.
It's not clear. Neither was the air.
But here's the controversy. That the team of the tribunal determined that bringing the human poop into the center was a violation of the competition rules, but not enough to disqualify him.
Oh, so they said he broke the rules just a little bit.
So what they did was they removed the cup.
He broke rule number 2.
That's right. It was rule number 2. They removed the cup from the car and told Chris and Brian to resume play. So they stopped the competition just so they can have this tribunal. Then they went back in there after they removed the cup.
No, okay, so now Brian gets back in the car, in
Right.
the stinkmobile, with the other guy.
Chris. Now, Chris couldn't mentally recover from this clear violation of the law.
No, he
claiming
couldn't.
he had more so he dropped out of the competition and like a loose third. Wait a minute.
Yeah, loose third. Listen, okay, of course he did. He was upset.
Right.
He was upset. He says, I don't give a
Poop
anymore.
Right. Okay. That's all the time we have on this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet far and wide. You have no idea how far and how wide to get totally useless information just for you.
And as always, it's you guys that have put us on here for 5 years. You've put us on the map, 75 countries around the world, radio stations. We really do appreciate every single one of you for listening every week. Thank you so much.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. And by Pete's Pizza, celebrating 40 years serving the St. Catharines and Niagara Falls area. Pete's Pizza. Life is not about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. If you're hungry, visit petespizzaniagara.ca.